Transparency, however, does have its limits. There might be information that must justifiably be kept secret. Indeed, all countries have recognized that official secrets, sensitive military papers, national records, and the like cannot and must not be disclosed. Similarly, it must take into account other interests like separation of powers, rule of law, balance of public and national interests, etc. The overriding test, however, remains that of public interest. It is not in public interest to disclose, say, official secrets regarding nuclear military programs, but it is very much within public interest to disclose how much money was spent on the CWG games. Effective governance policies must be distinguished from public relations stunts. Well-constructed transparency mechanisms will prove a useful tool for policymakers who increasingly find traditional regulation unsuitable to complicated problems. In conclusion, perhaps the biggest contribution of the Indian legislature towards promoting greater accountability in independent India is the enactment of the Right to Information 2005. If, as they say, information is power, then RTI Act has been a veritable brahmastra in the hands of the Indian public. The Act is thought to be extremely successful in empowering the people with information held by public authorities. The RTI Act is, of course, not unique. It reflects an international consensus on the need of a sound information policy as a means to promote democratic ideals. Examples may be given of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 19, and the International Covenant on personal political rights, which talk of the right to receive and impart information and ideas. The Indian RTI experiment has proved that right to information is a powerful tool that serves to bridge the democratic deficit created by increasing inequality and differences in access to opportunities. To give an example, an RTI application may be submitted on a plain sheet of white paper, may be written in the regional language, costs a nominal amount, usually not more than 10 rupees, and questions asked must be answered within a strict timeline of 30 days. If this information is not provided within the specified time, a penalty of 250 rupees for each day of the delay is imposed on the officer concerned. The Act also has an effective implementation machinery consisting of the state and central chief information commissioners who have the power to give effect to the provisions of this Act. Countless Indians have been able to check the status of their ration cards below the poverty line, cards, passports, application for public schemes, etc. The RTI has made the state machinery more accessible and easier to manage, especially for the poor and vulnerable sections of society. It is only hoped that the Indian state continues to build on success. In the ultimate analysis, transparency caters to a very human need called trust. And for any government to be seen as a successful administrator, it must strive to tilt that balance of trust in its favor. Therefore, genuine transparency must mean that executive decisions and their subsequent enforcement are done in a manner that follows rules and regulations, and that information is available freely in easily understandable forms and media. I would like to conclude my thoughts by saying that transparency possesses within it the potential to intertwine the three pillars of government in the fabric of trust, and can be achieved via targeted legislation and a dedicated executive. This synthesis of trust must underscore governance, regulation, and competition. In the words of Cicero, acta exterior indicant interior secreta. It means the outward acts of government indicate the thoughts hidden within. Thank you.